guys, welcome to Benny's Pantry. I hope you are doing very well. In today's episode, I would like to introduce you to a Congolese dish that is a favorite of mine, but I think I can comfortably say a favorite of the Congolese people. I am talking about plums with sour, or ose, as we like to call it over there, with fried fish, and of course, a delicious side of the Congolese Chikwange. If you're in the Congo, you're more likely to find these plums fresh, like it grows on a tree. And at a local market, you're more likely to find it fresh, and it has this beautiful green and purplish color. But because we're out of the country, or not even in the surrounding area, we out of the continent really, you will find these either at an international market or an African market. And because it's been frozen, it has this kind of dull looking brownish color, but it's still good. Not as good as when it's right off the tree, but it's still very delicious. So if you go to an African market or an international market, you can look for plums or ask them for plums. And if they're not sure, sometimes I say, do you have African plums? Usually they know what you're talking about. The same goes for the sour leaves, or ose in the language ngai. This is like, think of spinach and it's been frozen. Unless you are in the Congo, once again, or in the surrounding area, you can find this fresh at the local market. But being outside of the continent, we can still find it thanks to the global trade. You can still find it frozen in your frozen aisle. Just look for sour leaves or ngai. So you can find that. The plums are cooked in many different ways. Usually you can boil it or you can saute them. I'm going to start with the sour leaf. It's frozen. I just rinsed it a little bit, and I'm just gonna put it right there in the pan. All right, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of water because I want it to defrost. So I'm gonna heat it up. It's gonna defrost and cook, and I'm gonna turn on my oven or my stove. All right, I'm gonna put my stove on a medium high. And this might take about 20 to 30 minutes, okay? And I'm going to cover it, and we're gonna let it do its work. Next, I'm going to prep my fish. Over here, I have a red snapper. And in the Congolese cuisine, it's not very big on spices, but very big on using your ingredients like onion and green onion. And many times when you are making, or you're frying fish or you're seasoning fish, you have to add more than salt and pepper. Okay, so I have green onion over here, I have garlic, and have an onion. You can just put salt and onion. The cuisine really focuses on using herbs and various ingredients to create basically something very savory. So I have onion, garlic, and green onion. I do not have parsley. I ran out of parsley. Hey, so I'm missing that. But usually if I did have parsley, I will add that. And you will notice usually this combination of onion, green onion, garlic, and parsley is very used to marinate either the fish or the meat. So we're going to put that on a mixer. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit of water. Usually when you are mixing these ingredients and it gets to stick around and it doesn't grind or mix very well, add a little bit of water. It's going to help. So we're going to mix that and we'll use it to season our fish. You want to season your fish at least an hour before or overnight. The moms really prefer to season it overnight. So first I'm going to start. I have a mixture here of salt and pepper. So I'm just going to, especially in your head there, you got to season the head right inside my fish. Here, and put this in here so you can see. Right inside there. Got to get the head People love their fish heads, so if you get a fish head lover, you better make sure you season well. Okay. I'm just gonna put my hand in there. I took out the blades, don't worry. All right. And this seasoning is very good. This mixture here, it's very good when you're putting the fish in the oven. Oh yes, very good. Yeah, or better yet, when you do this overnight. Oh, if you marinate your fish like this overnight, it will be delicious, I am telling you. So actually what I need to do, I'm going to create some cuts here so I can put the mixture. There you go. I can place that inside there. Let me do two over here. Beautiful. All right. And the same goes over here too. So you can introduce it. So you want to put that in there. And actually, I just realized I didn't mix my mixture very well. That's okay. So we're gonna put, there you go. You got to put, and you will see this is a very common way of seasoning your fish. The fish is a big, it's like, I guess in here in the States, you know, the way we eat chicken, and over there it's fish, and fish is eaten in so many ways. You know, it's smoked, it's fried, it's grilled, especially grilled fish. Oh my goodness. Street food, you will see fried fish a lot when you go to the on the street food market. So we're gonna put that in there. We're gonna make sure we season well, because you gotta season your fish. That is a big staple of Congolese cuisine. You gotta season your fish. And here I put some inside of the head. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to put more salt. Just put the rest of the salt. And like I said, if you can do it overnight and it's gonna marinate your fish, it's gonna be so good. And usually I will add like a little some lemon, but I just have vinegar, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of vinegar, splashes of vinegar. If you have lemon, that's perfect, especially in the head there. The head, got to get the head. I'm gonna put some in the head so you don't have that fish taste that some people don't like. There you go. Very good. My oil is warming up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lightly coat my fish. Even though I have a pan that, you know, one of those non-stick pan, I still like to coat it a little bit. It helps keep the ingredients on the fish. All right, I'm gonna take that and just beautiful. I love that sound. So our sour is completely defrosted. So now I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to let it boil a little bit more until the water dries out. And then we will just add some oil, salt, and onion. Very simple and yet delicious. The secret is in the plant itself. The plant is so tasty. Like, you really do not need to add much to go along with it. Half a cup of oil. All right. I have my onion here diced. I'm gonna add some onion to it. All about maybe a quarter of an onion. You can see if you have more, you can always add more. You can if you have more sour leaves, you can always add more onion. And if you're not an onion lover, and, and if you're not an onion lover, that's okay, you can skip that. Okay, and I'm gonna add some salt. It's very sour, so but don't add too much salt, you know. Take it easy at first. So we're just going to fry it for about 5 to 10 minutes because it's already cooked. Yeah. So I added a little bit of water and it should be ready. Our plums are still frozen because I just took them out of the freezer. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to place them in the pan and add boiling water to it. Okay, so also if you want, you can do like pasta, you boil your water first and then you dip the plums in there, but I like to use my kettle because the water boils faster. So I'm just gonna do that, and this is boiling water, and I'm just gonna add there so all the way to the top. Okay, and we're going to close it for about 10 minutes. Normally, once that's done, you can eat it just like that. You just take it out. 10 minutes later, it's cooked, it's defrosted, and you add some salt to it, maybe 15 minutes. However, I want to spicy it up a little bit, so you'll see what I'm talking about. As you can see, our plums are ready. So I took them out of the water, and you can eat it you can eat it just like that. You just add salt to it and it's so good. I mean, it already smells so good. But I want to go a little bit, you know, an extra mile here. So I'm going to lightly saute the plums. I'm going to use the oil from the fish. Just a little bit here. Plums in there. It's still hot, so careful. So it's cooked. It's already soft, as you can see. Okay, I'm gonna put a little clove of salt. And oil. And there you have it, guys. A beautiful, simple Congolese dish of sour leaves, plums, and a beautifully fried fish, along with Chikwange. Now, a little history about Chikwange. Chikwange is made out of cassava and it's wrapped in leaves. It is boiled. It's a whole process to make it. Trust me, you do not want to make this at home. You can also find it in the international store or African store. Usually you can ask for Chikwange or cassava wrapped in leaves, and it will be frozen as well. So what you can do, you just pop it in the microwave 4 to 5 minutes to defrost it and cook it, and it is ready to go. I get mine from Chicago. Right below, I'm going to put the address and the phone number. So if you are in the Chicago area or if you are within the United States, the person who provides it for me does delivery. So I'll put a number down and you can call her and then ask. I mean, look at this. It is so good. It's so white, and I mean, give it a try. Okay, now before we leave, If you're going to try this dish, I'm going to say, do not hesitate to use your God-given utensils. Oh yes, I mean it, your fingers, okay? Oh, just for demonstration. Look at this. I am so excited. It's so good. I can eat it by itself. It's so good. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. Okay, I'm going to start with the plums because I love the plums. It's so good. The salt is perfect. Okay, I'm gonna have a piece of fish. Look at that. I have a piece of fish with some sour leaves. This is so good. Yeah, definitely. So I hope you get a chance to try this. Okay, please leave some comments. And I'm eating and talking at the same time. This is so bad. Please leave some comments below, like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you for another episode of Benny's Pantry. Ciao.